Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Maniacal Music Musings. I'm your host, as always, Jeremy, here to will thrill you with three more great albums. There's no fancy intro this week, folks. I didn't write one. I'm feeling too shitty to write an intro this week, so didn't do it. But you know who we are. We're your musers, and my co-host over here, CJ, you know who he is. We're not gonna go into the intro this week. We're both too sick for that shit. But we had to do the show. We had to because I was very excited to have this guest on this week. After listening to some of his tracks today, I couldn't be more excited to welcome Harry Kappen to the show, music artist extraordinaire, after hearing some of the tracks I heard today. So, welcome, Harry.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure, man. After listening to all three albums today, I looked you up on Spotify and started listening to like your top 5 tracks. I was like, "Oh, I like what I'm hearing."
Nice. Yeah. Well, you. Well, tell me, what did you hear? What did you like?
What's the number one I heard? Balance. That song, Balance.
Balance. Yeah, this is a single now.
Balance and the Longing. Both of those really blew me away.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree.
But,
yeah.
Plus, I followed you. I followed you on Spotify too because I plan on going back and listening to everything else you've done too. But I want to hear it all because if that much amazes me, then right away off the bat, then I'm gonna be like, all right, I got to hear all of it just to see the experience. But tell us, Harry, what made you want to get into being a musician?
Well, I'm a musician all my life, and it began when I was a boy, and because my sister had a guitar, and I nicked the guitar and tried the satisfaction of the Stones on the on the guitar. So it started, and I lived in Groningen, and Groningen is a town in Holland, the Netherlands. With a very vivid music scene. So I played in many bands and toured in Holland and in England and Germany and Belgium. Yeah, I'm very active in music. And a little later, when I was in my 30s, I became a music therapist. So I don't know if you know the profession, but I worked with adolescents mainly and their families, and I could use my experience as a musician into giving therapy. So well, I can tell you a lot, but after COVID, I thought I have so many songs not yet recorded or half recorded, or it's only ideas. And I start recording them in a good way and made some new ones also. So this is my 5th album since COVID.
I saw that. I saw you've been busy in the last few years. So
yeah, and I'm busy with the next one already. So
there you go.
Yeah.
So what album did you want to bring us, and why did you want to bring this one?
My album or someone else's album?
The album that you chose to bring.
From David Bowie.
It's a god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair, but her mummy is yelling no, and her daddy has told her to go, but her friend is nowhere to be seen. Now she walks through her sunken dream to the seat with the clearest view.
Yeah.
When I hear songs of that album, Hunky Dory, It's a very early album of him from 71. It's nostalgic for me. The sounds, when I hear the sounds of that album, I'm just back when I was a little boy. And it has a lot of not all songs I like, but especially Live from Mars and Changes are favorite songs of mine, and still are. When I hear them, yeah, it's just
They are. I mean,
I can.
they are two classic songs. I mean, don't get me wrong; they're two classic songs. Uh, was Bowie big over in Europe, like in the '70s? Like, was he big over there? Or
Yes, he
I mean,
was big.
I know he
He
was huge.
always,
I know he was huge in America. I just didn't know if he got over there yet.
oh yeah, since Space Oddity, he's big and stayed
Okay,
big
yeah.
and stayed big.
He was bigger in Europe than he was ever in America.
Oh. I can believe that. Europe has taste, but
Yeah.
well, I mean, well, actually, CJ, what did you think of this Bowie album first? I'll let you go first this week.
It's a good record. David Bowie's one of them people that I don't know how to really put into words. Like, I respect him a lot as obviously an amazing songwriter, and his songs though are kind of like, I don't know, like some are just kind of and then some are just really, really brilliant, and I can listen to them over and over and over. And I find that it's like a weird mix of his stuff that I like. It's not always the popular stuff. It's like B cuts and deeper cuts that I like a lot more than some of his singles. So, but I have a lot of respect for David Bowie, obviously, just because, not just as a musician, but as a person, he was a different kind of person, and he really did some things for other people that set him apart. So, I respect him a lot based on that. I know he, huge fan of Mark Bolan. And, when Mark Bolan had his accident, David literally stepped up and provided money for the family and set up a trust fund for his son who, under the law, for some reason, his son couldn't be named as he couldn't be named as to inherit anything, essentially, under English law. So David did it kind of backwards and set up a charity, so the money could go through the charity, so that Mark Bolan's son could actually get what he was entitled to, even though the law wasn't going to give it to him. Yeah. So I mean, stuff like that makes me respect Bowie as a person, probably more than I do as an artist per se sometimes. So, but a lot of music too of his that I do like. So
I didn't know the story about Boland and his son. So
it was
he was a good man.
Very cool thing, and because Mark Bolan, died tragically before he was just starting to get famous, and he would have been massive with T-Rex and everything, and it was so weird that
he was very famous in Holland in that time.
Exactly. So and there's so many artists from over there that I love and admire that never really made it over in America per se. Pink Floyd, obviously Pink Floyd did. Pink Floyd's like my favorite band. But artists like Susie Quattro, who was actually from America, but much more famous in Europe.
Yes.
You know,
And she still plays.
Yes. You know, one of my favorite, Jeremy will, when he comes back, will attest. One of my favorite metal bands is actually from the Netherlands, Within Temptation.
Yeah.
I adore Sharon to no end. She's such a phenomenal singer.
Great voice.
One of the most beautiful women you'll ever see too. But I mean, it's just there's so many artists from there. Queen, you know, a massive fan of Queen.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a ton of others too that.
Yes, but I don't see Bowie just as a European English musician.
No.
He's changed so much in his life.
Yeah.
Also, he lived in Berlin for famous years. He went to America. He went to so it's he's
you know, another person I adore greatly that most people don't know outside of there. I'm a massive fan of Ginger Wildheart, the Wildhearts. So
I don't know. Tell me, who is he?
Oh, you don't know Ginger Wildheart?
No.
This band called Wildhearts, and Ginger is just like one of the most rock and roll type of guys.
Yeah.
He's kind of almost like the British version of what Lemmy Kilmister was.
Okay.
Like he's rock and roll to his heart, and he just lives on his own terms.
Okay.
Writes what he wants to write, regardless of genre or what the thing, and he just has this wild, sarcastic streak in his music that he is just fearless in what he does. And 1 minute it's punk, 1 minute he'll do like piano ballads, and then he'll do like Celtic type music, and then he'll go back to playing like hard rock and punk. And I mean, he's just one of those guys that you just, when Ginger Wildheart says he's going to release a record, you just kind of brace yourself because you have no idea what's coming.
Okay. I love his name.
That's a very Freddie Mercury spirit when it comes to just being fearless to experiment with genres and putting stuff together. So
Ginger Wildheart.
His band is called the Wildhearts.
Oh, the Wildhearts. Okay. Great name.
I knew I recognized that for a second. Sorry about that, folks.
With the Temptation, you weren't here, so
I could hear it all. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of same in respect to CJ with David Bowie. Like it's hit or miss with me. We've had somebody bring on Ziggy Stardust and Diamond Dogs before, so this is my third Bowie album I've heard in full for the show, and I always like Bowie. I mean, he's a very, very talented man. There's very little he can do wrong. Mm-hmm. This album isn't as good as Ziggy. I'll say that right away. Ziggy Stardust is his best album ever, in my opinion, as most people would agree. I'm sure.
Maybe I agree with you, but
this album
it started with this album.
Oh yeah, this album has a lot of classics on it. Like, I mean, I knew two of the songs on this album before I even listened to the album because obviously they're huge singles and they're very popular.
Yeah.
Some of the songs I heard and I'm just like, okay, it's Bowie. I could tell it's Bowie, but it ain't
what I especially like from this album is I don't know his age when he made this album in 1971. Do you know how old he was when he was born? No. But I think beginning 20s, maybe.
He would have been 20, 23, 24.
Yeah. And it's so parallel to the time, the changing of the times then. Huh? We had the hippies from the 60s, and then all started to change. Rock and roll came, the hard rock bands, it all changed, and old rock and roll was from the 50s was dead, and he develops with it like he was himself an adolescent.
Oh yeah, he's a master at metamorphosis. He could change his style.
But he discovers himself, and he tries things, and you can hear it in his music, and I like that very much. And that's why I like this album, because, well, Changes, the first song, it stands for change, adapting to new times. But for me, it's also the start of maybe I could be a music therapist, because therapy is about change.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Music therapy is. I've started to get into it. I haven't said much about it, but I've been using. My mom is in hospice care.
Okay.
And end of life care, and I've started working with AI music in certain aspects, and I've started using it with other people in hospice where she's at, because people have stories, and some of them, for whatever reason, have never told their stories, and using Suno and AI has allowed me to work with some of these people to create songs that tell their stories for whatever aspect. And, it just started as something because I created a song for my mom, and one of the other ladies heard it, and she asked, could you do that for me? And I was like, yeah. So somebody else asked, and it sort of turned into this thing. Now I don't go out there just to visit mom. I actually go out there one day a week just to do this.
Nice. Very nice.
And it sort of turned into this, form of music therapy for these people. They sort of line up now to sit with me and tell me their stories and see, can we turn it into a song or whatever. And, what's cool about Suno, what's cool about AI, and I know not everybody agrees with blah, blah, blah.
No.
Well, the cool thing about it is it allows these people to tell their story in whatever form they want.
Yeah.
So one person may want big band, one may want country, one want like a doo-wop style. And it can do all of that without having to drag, all of these instruments, because these aren't songs that are going to be released as, on streaming or anything like that. They're not for commercial.
No.
These are just for people to share with their children, share with their family, to kind of tell their story.
Yeah, like a photo album or very personal.
That's right.
I'm having a really good time doing it.
I can imagine
listening to their stories, and just I've always known that older people have great stories just because of their lives, but some of the stories I've heard, man, are just like, man, I could have never survived the time period that these people grew up in, man. Like, just some of the toughest, most thick-skinned, endearing people you'll ever meet, man. And I love doing what I'm doing with it. So,
and yet, all these younger people nowadays think they have life so hard. But it's a mystery. It's a mystery. But
anyway, I didn't mean to.
No. It's all good. It's all good. That's touching as hell, actually. But Harry, what would you say are your top 5 songs off Bowie's album?
Okay, number one undoubtedly is "Life on Mars."
Mm-hmm.
That's, I think, a beautiful song, and that's number 1 for me. Second is "Changes," because I explained that. Third is "Oh You Pretty Things," because of the sound and because of the very good hook on the chorus. I like Cooks
Mm-hmm.
as number 4 and Queen Bitch as number 5. And the rest, I like them, but not as much.
Yep.
I prefer the top 3 actually, but
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Oh, CJ, what are your top 5? Wherever you end up getting?
So I have 4. First one is "Oh You Pretty Things." The dynamics of that song are so great.
Yeah.
It's really a great song.
Did you know that the Peter Noon had a single and a hit in Europe with it? And Peter Noon was the singer of Herman Hermits.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The second one is "Quicksand." Really like "Quicksand."
Yeah.
Interesting song.
It is. I don't know what it is about that song. I've liked that song for a really long time. And it's why I said some of the songs I love the most are kind of the odd, deeper cuts.
Yeah.
"Quicksand" is one of those songs. It's this song that I don't know what it is about the song, but it's just, it kind of catches me like every time I hear it.
Yeah. It's also a bit.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it's also a bit sad, no?
Oh God, yeah.
My top 2 though are, I had them reversed of what he had. Number 2 is "Life on Mars," and number 1 is "Changes."
Yeah.
"Changes" is one of those songs that my Uncle Marty is a massive vinyl collector, and he always had all of these odd records, Electric Light Orchestra and David Bowie and Angel and Bachman Turner Overdrive, and they weren't always records you listened to all the way through, but they had certain songs on them. And this one had "Changes."
Yeah.
Changes.
Yeah.
So, it was just one of those memorable hooks from that time.
Yes.
As a kid, you remembered it.
Yes.
And, that's the reason why when I saw the record, I didn't recognize it right away. But as soon as the song started, I was instantly like, okay, I know what record this is. And then once I heard "Changes," I was like, oh, this is the one with "Quicksand," without even looking at it. Because I remember, again, it was one of them songs that since that time, I've always just sort of loved that song. Yeah. It was one of the Bowie songs that stands out to me of all his songs. Because those are mine for this one.
I was very young when I heard these songs, and because I'm Dutch, I didn't understand the lyrics, so I was focused on the sounds. And "Changes" was what? He stutters. What's happening? And that grabbed me, of course. And "Life on Mars" is it's just beautiful.
Yeah, it is. I had 6 as an honorable mention. The Bowie Brothers, my honorable mention. I thought it was a really fun way to end the album. I thought it was a good song. My number 5 song I never heard before till today, and that was Andy Warhol.
Yeah,
that's an interesting song. It's different.
But Andy Warhol and the homage, what's his name? Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Bob Dylan, and Queen Bitch in the homage for Lou Reed and the Velvet Underground.
Well, that's funny because my number 4 is actually song Bob Dylan. My number 3 is Queen Bitch. So that's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. You actually went that order.
Yeah. But it's as if they made songs for each other. In that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They all made comments on each other. That's the way they did things back then. I mean, Queen Bitch could have been about Freddie Mercury too, for all we know. But
well, he didn't exist then.
In 71, they were starting up then.
No, later.
They had just barely started the band and were just barely getting going then.
Yeah. It was Velvet Underground and the New York scene around Warhol and
well, my number 1 and 2 are the same as yours, Harry. Changes is my number 2 because I love that song, but nothing tops Life on Mars.
No.
Because you can see him getting to his Ziggy Stardust phase, like with that song. Like you can see like the idea is forming in his head for the whole thing.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was on Ziggy Stardust. I was kind of like, wait a minute, that's on Hunky Dory? I thought it was on Ziggy, but yeah, I mean, I was happy you brought this album. I always love people when people bring Bowie albums on the show, and we've had the 3 top ones now, so plenty more to go though, people. So keep them coming. But guess at this time, CJ, since I figure I'll let you go next since your album's closer to his at least.
Kind of. I brought Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams.
Leaving home out on the road, I've been down before. Riding along on this big old jet plane, I've been thinking about my home. But my love light seems so far away, and I feel like it's all been done.
Growing up in the front seat of a Peterbilt, as I've said many times, there was a lot of music because it was a time period when, no cell phones, no video games, no big screen TVs, none of that. We had music and books. And there were certain records that my dad was a massive fan of. Blackfoot Strikes, Bob Seger Night Moves, Steve Miller Band, Book of Dreams was a record that I heard over and over. And, the first Boston record was one of them.
Right.
Just Book of Dreams is one of those records that I don't listen to it as much now as an adult, but it's still every once in a while I'll get in the mood. Supertramp, Breakfast in America is another one. You just kind of get in that mind frame for it, and you got to go back and listen to it because such classic songs. And Book of Dreams was filled with songs that were quirky and catchy and filled with lyrics that were, both silly but sexual at the same time, to the point where, as a kid, I didn't understand what he was saying. But as an adult, I kind of catch what he was saying, and it was like, oh, wow,
Yeah.
So, that's pretty much what Steve Miller, Book of Dreams.
Yeah.
I think it was 1976. It came out 75, 76.
I think 70. I think it was 70. Actually, you're right. 76. Yeah, 76. Yeah.
That sounds about right.
But
Okay.
So,
what did you think? What did you think of Book of Dreams, Harry?
Well, as a guitarist, I accidentally had first listened to the Joker. And Joker is a little bit earlier, 73. And I played a lot of the Joker, and I thought his guitar work there was phenomenal and new and fresh. So again, I was focusing on guitars and the sound and the music, and a bit less of the lyrics. But the Joker I thought was phenomenal. And after that, he had a hit in Holland with Jet Airliner, and that was a bit in the same street, same idea of the Joker, I think. And so, and I didn't know Book of Dreams. I listened to it, and the one who's when I can tell you my top one, is it? Yeah, it's 5. It's Jetliner.
Hold on, we're not there yet.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
And Jeremy do his
what he
of it.
But I didn't know the record, and I listened to it last week first time. And
Oh.
yes. And when I compare it to the Joker, I think it's a little less than the Joker. But
yeah,
it's like when you
he had started experimenting with weird instrumentation, like using theremins and different things by that point. Like, and he got away. He started as a blues guy. Kind of went through the more of a commercial side during this period, and then went back to the blues thing later. So, you know.
And he became very commercial after that. Abracadabra.
Yeah, it's, you know, a few people have done it. You know, Fleetwood Mac started as a blues band.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
but they changed the lineup completely.
Yeah, you know, Peter Green.
Oh, amazing.
A lot of people, it was funny during the late 80s, middle 80s, when Judas Priest released The Green Man Alicia. Mm-hmm. All my friends were obsessed with that song. Yeah. And I immediately was like, oh, that was a Fleetwood Mac song. And my friends were like, what? That's a Judas Priest song. And I'm like, no, that's a Fleetwood Mac song. Yeah. And they were like, the band that does Rumors? And I was like, yeah. That's not from them. And I'm like, yeah, it's Peter Green wrote it. He was high on acid, basically, and had this weird dream about the three-headed dog, and that's what the song is about. Yeah. And my friends were like, there's no way that like cheesy pop band wrote this cool-ass song. And I'm like, look, at one point, Fleetwood Mac was a cool-ass blues band before they were a cool-ass pop band. Yeah. You know, so, but, you know.
Fleetwood and McVie.
Yeah, so my friends were blown away that the Judas Priest song was actually by a pop band that they hated. So.
Well, much like Harry, this is my first time hearing this album too. I never really dove too deep into the Steve Miller Band. I mean, I know the Joker, who doesn't? But other than that, I know the song. I don't even know the album. I know the song, and I know. Apparently, I knew more songs than I thought, because there's a lot of songs in this album I didn't know. I knew that. I didn't know that were they sang. I knew the songs, but I didn't realize they were Steve Miller Band songs. I mean, overall, the whole album was pretty damn enjoyable. I thought it was a great album, great guitar work throughout the album. The songs, a lot of the songs were fun, and I honestly might have to go on a Steve Miller Band deep dive one of these days. They didn't add to the list yet, because that list is huge already, but they may get added on someday if another album gets brought on and whatnot down the road. But overall, not a bad choice. Yeah.
It's a quirky little record, man.
It is.
You know,
it's. I'll get into it when I get to my top 5 too. But there's definitely some things that stood out in it. But what are your top songs on CJ?
My top songs: Jungle Love, Swing Town. I love the hook on Swing Town. Got to get down to the Swing Town. The Stake. I really like The Stake. The Stake is one song on this record that's really true to form for who Steve Miller is.
Yes.
Like The Stake brings out a lot of the Joker-ish style that he's more known for. A Jet Airliner, which was a huge hit for him. But my favorite one is probably one of the quirkiest songs on it. It's True Fine Love.
Yes,
it has almost this doo-wop vibe to it, you know. Finally a true fine love, you know. It's the way he sings it. It reminds me of like a doo-wop song. It would be a song that would be perfect for like an a cappella group to do like a sort of a doo-wop a cappella style to, you know. Almost like a Sha Na Na style vibe to it. You know, it could be done so easily.
I heard the doo-wop in that song, and I'm like, that's why CJ brought this album. Okay.
It's not, but it was. I was trying to stay in that time period, and I couldn't think of anything. My first thought was Breakfast in America, but I know it's already been brought. So then I had to start looking for alternatives. And as I was looking, Steve Miller popped up, and I was like, you know what? That's the one. So I did this one. Not so much because that song was on it, but Swingtown's also got that one line in it, where he says, I love you and that's a bet because everything's better when it's wet. And it was one of them lyrics that as a kid you don't catch, but as an adult you're like, oh, true statement. But artists back then were clever in the way they wrote stuff.
I mean, there's a doo-wop song called 60 Minute Man. They were clever, and then they're just, some of them were just dirty and got away with it. So,
that's what I'm saying, though. I don't know if you could get away with some of the stuff. Queen wrote Fat Bottom Girls, and I don't think an artist today could release a song like that.
Have you not heard a popular song came out a few years ago called WAP?
I mean, WAP, but it's an anomaly, dude. Like, I mean,
yeah, I think it's easier nowadays to come out with dirty ass songs and no one cares. Like, you can do whatever you want.
I don't know, man. But
well, what were your top tracks, if you have any? For
I had 5 out of 5, the same 5 songs.
Oh, okay.
Really, yeah. And Jet Airliner was most famous, so I remembered that. But Swingtown and True Fine Love and The Steak, yes. And I like Jungle Love very much because it refers to the kind of bands who played in the Netherlands that time, rock and roll and fast and nice rock.
And I love him doing the bird whistles in that song, like the bird calls. Like it was, and how he came about with the idea to do bird calls during it, but it just worked.
It reminds me of the beginning of New Wave.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of happy you guys had the same top 5s in a way, because leaves me open more to talk about mine, because I had 6 for this one too. Actually, I had 6 for the album tonight. They were good albums. But my honorable mention, this one is actually strange because I usually don't do this for any album. But my honorable mention was Babes in the Wood, because it's an instrumental, but I really liked it. Like, I dug it. Kind of reminded me almost of like Styx, like that way, like they put their instrumentals in albums. Like, that's kind of where I went with that. But my number 5 was Sacrifice. That was a really interesting song. I dug the way they sang it. And my number 4 was Wintertime, which it was a weird song, but the saxophone in it freaking sold me. All I need is a good saxophone in the back of a rock song, and I'm sold. But and then my number 3 was Jungle Love, because I freaking love that song. That song is so fast and energetic. It's fun. Yeah. And then, of course, my top 2 had to be Swingtown and Jet Airliner, because I knew both those songs from hearing them in supermarkets for freaking years, but never knew who sang them. So,
yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Jet Airliner, I'm like, that's Steve Miller Band? I'm like, I know this song. But, and Swingtown, I knew the freaking hook. Like, once I heard the hook, I was like, oh, this song. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, yeah, overall, actually, it's the first time Steve Miller Band's been brought on the show. So, there we go. Another first. The only first tonight. Both other artists have been brought before. And I guess with that right there, we can go into the last album tonight, the album I wanted to bring. And well, what can I say? I looked at the year. There wasn't too many choices of bands I wanted to bring. There was a couple, and I was like, no, I really couldn't decide. But then I saw this artist, and I looked at the track list, and I was like, ooh, I can't stay away from this man whenever I can see his album of the year. And he's a legend. He's a Motown legend, and he's just a legend so many other ways. His songs have been done over 1,000 times. So I decided to bring Smokey Robinson and the Miracles' One Dozen Roses album.
Oh yeah, yeah.
which they did as it was their last album before leaving a label. So they basically were just trying to get a record out there. So they basically almost made like a greatest hits record with a couple new tracks on it. And I mean, I saw the one greatest hit, and I was like, okay, definitely bringing this album. There's no way in hell we're not gonna bring it. I love Smokey. I love his voice. The Miracles are amazing too. The way they play instruments and the way they do the background singing, especially in the doo-woppier songs, are freaking incredible. There's nothing about Smokey I ever can complain about. So I may not love his albums back front to back, but he always has at least a few to half of the songs are always amazing. So I had to bring 1 Dozen Roses. Figured I might as well knock another Smokies off the charts here. But what do you think of Smokey, Harry?
I love Smokey Robinson's voice for sure, but this album, except for one song, I never heard of. I think it's a typical American thing. This song, this album. It was not known in Holland, so it's new for me. And when I listen with the ears from now to this album, I think it's I don't think it's as smooth as it could be.
Yeah, it definitely was a rougher cut. It was a rougher cut, but
yeah. And,
I think that's something to do with leaving that studio though. Like I think they're just trying to rush it out the door.
Yes. And when I heard the whole album, I had the idea: let's call Smokey Robinson and record it again. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it was a rougher cut. I definitely heard that too, compared to other albums of his I've heard. But CJ, what do you think of this album? Is this one of the ones you came across before or no?
I don't remember which. I had a stepmother who was obsessed with Motown, so I heard so much Motown after I finally started school. I kind of get lost in who's who and what's what because Motown was a weird thing where there was so much crossover. You had Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, and you had Smokey Robinson. You had, Martha Reeves and the Vandells, but then Martha Reeves went solo. You had the Temptations, but then David whatever went solo, and people did so much stuff back and forth.
Yeah.
And then also you had Motown releasing, for example, this record. You had Motown releasing Motown stuff on sub labels of Motown. Motown had 3 labels that were underneath of Motown. So it's so hard to keep track of everything. Obviously, everybody knows Tears of a Clown. And it was kind of an unavoidable song. Yeah. The rest of the record, it was just kind of there. I mean, it didn't really strike me as the worst that he's done, but it didn't really strike me as anywhere near his strongest either. Like you mentioned, it kind of struck me as you owe us one final record. Let's get it out of the way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of what it struck me as is it was a record that was written just to finish out a deal so that he could move on to other stuff.
Yep. I mean, that's what it was, but I also thought it'd be interesting to look at that and be like, all right, let's see what he does when he's in a rush.
It has its moments, but it also has.
I mean, because you look at
as well.
I mean, you look at Elton John's Caribou, and he rushed to get that out of the studio in like a month, and that album is perfect. Like he made that album perfect in a month. So it's funny to see what some artists can do in a rush and what some don't do. And this is definitely a case of don't do. But I have 6 for this one as well. My honorable mention was No Wonder Loves a Wonder, which was weird. It was like a weird song because it was like almost like a sermon and a song combined together. Like I thought it was a really different thing, so I enjoyed the hell out of it. My number 5 was I Don't Blame You at All. That seemed like a classic Smokey I fucked up song. My number 4 was Satisfaction. That was a fun song. I like the way that Smokey sang that. My number 3 was The Hunter Gets Captured by the Game, which I feel like I've heard another Motown artist copy that. I feel like I've heard like the Marvelettes or somebody. It was in our Motown bracket a while back, so I feel like somebody else did that song. But I like Smokey's version a lot better. The music is a lot smoother. My number 2 was That Girl. That's a classic Smokey song, and that's a really fun song. And of course, number 1 had to be Tears of a Clown because it is one of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion. I freaking love that song. The beat, the melody in it, and the freaking guitar in it is just so amazing. And the way they sing in that doo-wop style is just, I could hear that song 5,000 times in a row and not get sick of it. Like, Smokey's voice is so magical in that song.
Yeah.
But definitely made him a famous man. But Harry, did you have any top songs? Well, besides Tears of a Clown?
I have no 5 songs. No, I like The Hunter.
Yep.
Gets captured because the use of the orchestra. I think, oh wow, a whole orchestra, and of course, Tears of a Clown is a legendary song, and it brings me back to that time immediately.
Yep.
It's the sound, it's the melody. Yeah.
Yep. I
couldn't remember the other songs. I cannot sing them along. I don't know.
It wasn't his best album, but I had to get it out of the way. It had to be out eventually, as all Smokey's albums will be eventually at some point. But CJ, do you have any top songs for Smokey or?
I had 3. One was Tears of a Clown, which he actually wrote with Stevie Wonder. My second one, oddly enough, I didn't know it at the time, and it's really weird to say this because this person as an artist, I just do not like. But apparently he wrote the song Cecilia. It was written by Paul Simon.
Really?
And Paul Simon is one of them people that I have just never been able to get into as a solo artist. Like his Simon and Garfunkel stuff, but as a solo artist, man, there is something about Paul Simon that just kind of drives me bonkers. Like, I just can't get into his solo stuff. So the fact that he wrote Cecilia is kind of funny to me because it's kind of a good song. And then the other one, I think was, I want to say it was maybe Faces.
Faces was a good song, yeah. I could see that.
I think Faces was the other one that kind of caught my attention. I didn't write them down. I just remember there was like three main songs on this one that kind of, stood out, and then the rest kind of were blended together. I know a lot of this record was written as a tribute to his wife, or not a tribute, but as a sort of a love letter to his wife. Even the cover is, a picture of him picking a rose for her and then her holding it above that. And then the song Cecilia is, that's his wife's name. So, the whole record kind of, is basically towards and to his wife. So, and they're still together, which is
all right.
Sort of, no pun intended. It's sort of a miracle in and of itself because
it is, especially a man like that.
In the music business,
yeah,
it's crazy to hear of a marriage that's lasted 60 years. So
especially from the Motown days with a man like that who can get any girl he wanted back then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, because Smokey was, again, for lack of a better way to say it, Smokey was kind of a pimp, man. Like, there were certain guys that the ladies lined up for, and Smokey was near the top of the list, man.
Do you know why his name is Smokey?
No.
No, I don't. I just asked, but
no, I never heard a story about it, so I have no idea. But I always assumed it was because the girl said he was Smokey, but
yeah,
I always assumed. But
it's a nickname his Uncle Claude gave him. He gave him the nickname of Smokey Joe.
Okay, Smokey Joe.
Smokey Joe Robinson, yeah.
Because Because when Smokey was a child, he liked cowboy movies. And his uncle made up a name that sounded like it would be in a cowboy movie, which was Smokey Joe.
Great.
And then he just went with Smokey when he started singing. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
He just shot.
That's kind of funny that it's got to do with the Western. That's all it is. His uncle gave him that name.
That's cute though.
Yeah.
Well, folks, on that note, we brought you 3 albums for the week, and we brought you 3 good albums from the 70s. Enjoy, and go check them out more, obviously, and go check out Harry's music, Harry Kappen. I'm telling you, go check out his music on Spotify. You won't be disappointed. And I gotta say, when I heard the accent, I'm like, I didn't hear that accent at all when he sings. I couldn't hear it at all. I was like, damn. I was like, okay, that's skill.
Okay, thank you.
But Harry, tell them where they could find you, where they could find your music, and what you got coming up.
Well, on every streaming platform, from Spotify to Deezer to Apple Music to Amazon, and of course my own website, www.harrykappen.com.
There you go, folks. And of course, all those links will be in the description for all you listeners. And DJ, where can they find you these days when you're not running around like a chicken with his head off?
Right. Music God, cjplane.rocks is the website. You can find me in all the streaming services now. I got my own music that I'm started to put out. We have the Gen X single, X Marks the Spot. And then I did something completely off the wall. I released a reggae single that is in Tagalog.
Speaking about changes.
Yeah, so we went from 80s hair metal to, doing a Tagalog song. And then the record that comes out on my birthday next month, that's going to be a synthwave record. So we're just kind of, I'm doing my best imitation of Freddie Mercury. I'm trying to cover all of the genres and just have fun with the ability to write in many ways, Yep. I say it once, I say it 100 times. Music is like food to me. I don't want to eat the same food over and over and over.
No, exactly.
One of the reasons we were talking about Ginger Wildheart, one of the reasons I love Ginger is because you never know what is coming next. And I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy that when I say I'm releasing a single, you just sit back, brace yourself, and be like, what's he going to do now? No idea what's coming next.
Okay.
Well, folks, go follow CJ Plane on Spotify. I know I did. And because I want to see what's coming next. But, and I can't wait for the album. I can't wait for the album on 420. But, folks, you can find both your musers on Facebook as Squatchy Largefoot, on X and the Gram as @Juggalo Bastard, and, of course, YouTube. Best place to find us is YouTube. Malcolm Music Musings. Everything we've ever done is on YouTube. But come back next week. We have another great artist from the same management portfolio. And, we're going to be doing 70s again. It's going to be fun. Come back again next week, folks. Have a good one, everybody. And don't fall for any of those tricks tomorrow. Even though by the time this releases, that'll be months ago. But still don't fall for any of those tricks tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.
Never lost affection, still longing for your love. You're out of sight. I'm looking for some precious moments. It makes my life more beautiful, intense and bright. Sometimes my brain's on fire. healthy life and happiness. Time will work it all out. So let's be part of that before we eminence. Sometimes my brain's on fire. Practicality, analysis, rationality. Hear my voice of desire. Only my heart can tell where I should be. This battle inside of me, between heart and head, and the words left unsaid.